welcome to week 2 of my Christmas mini-series using Nativity by Craft Consortium and Helz Cuppleditch. Each week through November and possibly into the start of December, I'm going to be using this beautiful collection to create something new and sharing with you how I do that. So this week I'm going to be using one sheet of paper from the 12 by 12 collection, and I'm going to be making a gift bag. Now, gift bags are useful all year round and they are great for Happy Mail. But as we all need gift bags at Christmas, I thought this was the ideal opportunity to show you how I do this one. Now, this wasn't my original idea. I actually originally saw this done on an origami channel, and then I've just played around with it and made it my own. So, although a fair bit of what I'm going to show you today is my own idea, not all of it was, and I don't want to take credit for something that I didn't come up with, if that makes sense. So let's get into how to make this gift bag. This is actually double-sided, so the first thing to do is to decide which side you want as the outside of your bag, and actually I'm going to use this side, so this will be the bit that you see as the bag. And really simply, all you're going to do is fold the left side to the right, and I'm leaving, I don't know, maybe 1.5 inches, if that. It's just over 2 fingers width anyway, at the end. And then all you need to do is create a fold and burnish it off with your fingers. So the beauty of this gift bag is you don't need a paper trimmer to do it, you don't need a scoreboard to do it, you don't even need a bone folder to do this. You're just going to use the paper pad and some scissors, really, and some glue. And I'm just going to make sure I really reinforce all these folds. So now I have done the first fold. The piece that's left on the end, I am going to fold over on itself and then fold and burnish again. Now the glue I'm going to use in this video is the Anita's tacky glue, and the reason I'm using that is it dries nice and quickly. If you're using a slower drying glue, definitely you're going to need to wait between steps for the glue to dry. But you could always use red liner tape or hot glue, it's entirely up to you. All the way through, just make sure you really burnish all these folds well. Now, taking some scissors, if you open the fold you've just done and just notch it off slightly. It doesn't need to be massive notches, just slight, and it just helps it all come together nicely. So I'm going to use my scissor handles as a bone folder from now on, but for now what we're going to do is grab the glue and add glue all the way along this score fold that you've just made. So as I said, I am going to use my Anita's tacky glue. Use whatever you feel most comfortable using. It's absolutely entirely up to you. And these are going to be amazing to send out Happy Mail at Christmas. They'll also be great. I want to do table presents this year, and if lockdown's finished, I believe we're going to have my mum come for Christmas, so it'd be nice to have table presents and just spoil everyone after such a rotten year. Okay, so now the glue's on this fold. If we carefully open up the whole of our base, hold down with your thumb and forefinger the bit you've just put glue on, and then close the other bit over on top of it and just seal it off with your hand. Really push it down, make sure the glue's grabbing. And that's that. Now ideally, if you're using a slower glue, you would stop now and wait for it to dry. I'm just going to crack on because the Anita's, it does dry nice and quick. So now what we're going to do is basically measure 3 fingers up from the bottom and then fold it up on itself like so, and then really fold this line well and burnish it. That's why I'm now using my scissors as a bone folder, because I wanted to show that even if you're just starting out and you don't have a bone folder yet, you'd still be able to do this bag. And the reason I decided to use this particular paper for my demo today is because it's got the lines, so it will be really easy to show you how to put this together. Okay, so happy with that. Now we're going to start on the right side and we're going to fold this corner down onto a diagonal so it makes a triangle, and then fold it off, and again burnish that off as well. When I first did these, I just did my used my fingers to do the burnishing and it worked absolutely fine. But I do prefer just to reinforce my folds with the scissors. Now we're going to do the same on the left. So folding it down so that the bottom corner is along this bottom edge and there's a nice straight line, and then reinforce that fold, burnish it off, just like this. Okay, now what we're going to do is open this up like so, and then push from the sides so that it forms these triangles here. So it all folds down flat and you've got 4 triangles. I'm just going to go over those score lines one more time with my scissors, just to make sure they are really nicely reinforced. I'm really sorry if it's shaking about. Okay, so your center line is in the middle here, and all we're going to do is fold the bottom one up just past this center line. So there's the center line. I'm just going a little way up, and then fold and burnish. Again, I'm going to use my scissors and just really crease it off. Then you're going to repeat that step with this top one here. So fold it down just over the center line and then burnish that off. Hopefully it's not wobbling about too much, but my table that I'm working on is really unsteady. Then we're going to grab our glue again, and we're going to just put a tiny little bit of glue on this bottom piece here, and then we're going to stick the top one onto it. You don't want any glue to escape, so just be careful about the amount of glue you do put on. I'm just going to put a bit more down here. And if anything escapes, just mop it up with your fingers, that's fine. Okay. Okay, so we are almost done already. The next thing we're going to do, ideally you wait till that's dry, but I'm just going to crack on. We're going to fold this side here, and we're going to bring this piece in here, and I'm literally going to line it up with one of these just to be able to show you. So you bring the corner in, you don't want to go too far in, not really past that triangle. So I'm going to go to this yellow line here, okay? And this is going to create the sides of your bag. I'm going to go all the way up. And then just really burnish that off well. So I'm going to bring my scissors in again. These bags do not take long at all to do. And they're really, really effective. And then do the same on this side. So bring this piece here into that triangular bit. So again, I'm going to go to this yellow line here, I think, trying to make sure that both the sides are equal. In fact, I think I might go to the red one. I'm just going to fold it all over, keeping to the score line. Okay. And it's up to you how wide you make these score lines, because that will in a sense affect how wide your bag is. So just have a play with it, see what works for you. See what kind of bag you want to make. I don't have a problem doing thin ones because I've got some really thin things to put inside them. But if you had wider things, you can definitely make these wider. It's entirely up to you. Once you've got this technique down, you'll be able to do it for any size paper that you've got. Right, now we're going to open those sides up, grab this bottom bit and gently bring it down. So now you've got a flat bag, and then start reinforcing all the score lines that you did before. Just put your hand inside the bag to give it some shape. So that really burnished line you've just made is actually going to go into a valley fold. So just make sure you reinforce the other two really well, and that will naturally go into its valley fold. If you see. Just be careful with your papers and just make sure you reinforce all these score lines as well. And the same this side. See, and it just starts taking form all by itself. Just take your time, gently doing your lines as you go. So that is the basics of your bag done, and it will fold up flat, as you can see. But now we have the top to do. So these scissors that we all have in our stash with the decorative edge that we never use because we don't know what to do with them are brilliant. And this is where they really come into their own, because as you can see, these ones have the lines, the wavy line, which will, if I cut along here, give me the top of the bag. So if you have like a paper bag from the shop, they've normally got something like that on the top, haven't they? So I was very excited when I came up with that idea, because I'm quite sad. But it's given me a use for those decorative edge scissors, and look how cute that bag is. You could easily decorate the front up as well if you wanted to. I'm going to leave mine blank, and because they do fold flat, you could easily batch make these of an evening and then put them aside and keep them till you need them. As I say, you don't have to use Christmas papers, you could use any papers you want and they'll be great for all year round. But isn't that adorable? I absolutely love it. So that's my finished bag, and then this piece I've just cut off I can easily keep and use as a belly band for something else. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and again it folds flat so I can easily store that. It's going to take up no room at all. So I hope you've enjoyed that video today, and I hope you found it useful. If you do give these bags a go, let me know how easy you found it to do. Let me know if it was successful for you. Thank you very much for watching today, and I'll be back soon with more videos. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.